illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Wrist drip like a mango, fingertips like I'm Thanos. Knocking those down, no bangles. Without a Kango, tailor-made. Walk with a limp, them bands is heavy, I need a brace. I am money, I guess the world is just a safe combination needed, not a Coca-Cola. I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's heard, we eating, talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab, pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the band, young Chris a king, better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate, I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
Dollar. Hey. DJ.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1 between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Cincinnati. Fielded just outside the goal line. And look at this, right away a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So that a nightmarish start to a football game as they give the ball away on the opening kickoff.
And they put their defense in a bind right away. They have to go into protect mode.
Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Pickett with a quick throw out wide. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Pat Freiermuth from 6 yards away. And the Steelers are on the board here first in the season opener. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for the Bengals TD. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You let them know, hey, we're not scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 45 yards.
Well, he reminded us that he was a 1,000-yard receiver a year ago as he starts off Week 1 picking up right where he left off. He told us at the end of the preseason he was primed for a big year. He just gave us excellent evidence of his belief.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 4 yards there, but they're still well short of the goal line with 4th down now looming. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Boswell's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And Hayden, in his only year as the unquestioned starter, he had 571 yards and 6 touchdowns for Atlanta. The Bengals, they remembered him when he was a player with the Baltimore Ravens and liked his game. So when they needed a new starter, he was their choice, and he gets him a first down here.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
A first carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And some room to work. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now Burrow on first down. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, an 18-yard touchdown grab as they have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson. Good. And the lead is now 14-10. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Well, it's only week 1. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game. So, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the third time in this game. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10.
And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bengals are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And a round is on here in this first half.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Nixon will try the right side. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 22, Burrow. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mixon.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and it had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped.
And now here's another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TV.
I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half of this pick 6, you look at where that leads at, and you think the middle order in the second quarter. My goodness.
The expression, my goodness, indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this goal.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation on his part, and he pays for it with the interception.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
And a short gain down to about the 33. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in close territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Problems on.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he is going to have the Steelers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big pickup of 38. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
He's got him in, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Pulls it in at the 13. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their 25-yard line. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
There's a reason inside linebackers are often captains of a defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Limited the best.
Under pressure, they got him again. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much...
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase,
69 yards.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 23. Pickett now on first down. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
Logan Wilson, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
They'll set up to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow.
He gets this one to Boyd.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Burrow looking to pass. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Running left, it's Mixon. To about the 26 here.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Here's Burrow.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Looking to throw, Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something.
It's caught at the 10. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
George Pickens
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to at least get one score back.
Boswell good with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 12-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati.
And now here is another interception.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
This is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Boyd. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but They can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Play action. It's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They go play action with Burrow.
And that one complete once again to Higgins.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Shoves him aside.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon
from 17 yards out.
And the Bengals are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll run again with Harris. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals.
Jamar Chase,
35 yards.
And the Bengals add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Off play action. Pickett. Going up top. It's caught inside the 25. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Boswell for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Pickett to throw on first down. His throw incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Pickett sets up play action. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now here's another interception. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Yet another mistake after the interception there, and guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't, and also what happens when you get this big of a deficit.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Now, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come forward and 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Cincinnati.